Hello, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Ibu Rini. Yes, finally, I present the subject for English prose appreciation by using my YouTube channel because I think it will be easy for you to to follow to get the content, and it is not make you difficult to join with because you can pause if, as you want, you can rewind as you want. Yeah, it is different if you if you attend this by Google Meet. Okay, in English prose appreciation. Okay, this is the slide. First of all, I would like to apologize you because actually I have this slide for English prose appreciation, but I forgot to send you or to share you in a Kulino. Yeah, I only give you the slide and this slide the approach. Yeah, not this one, but don't worry, I will give you the slide if you want. Okay, this is my cat, sorry. If you want this. Okay, let me start this presentation for the English prose appreciation. Okay, before I start this presentation, after you watch this channel, so please don't forget to subscribe and like, and also give the comment or maybe questions so I can understand. I can what's it I can get the situation. I can get what you want. I can understand what you don't understand. Okay, yes, English prose appreciation is actually, it's like English prose. Yeah, it is the same. It's the same as prose, but the difference is from the subject, object of analysis, the object of study. In English prose, in semester 3, the object of study is short story, but here in English prose appreciation, the object of study is novel. Yeah, because now you are in semester 5 and you already have the basic theory about the structural in English prose appreciation, and I don't need to explain you what English prose appreciation is. I think I don't need to explain you because I'm sure that all of you know about this well. All right, let me continue this slide. Well, intrinsic element or structural elements. This is a very basic elements, dear students. William Scott. Structural element or intrinsic element. Yeah, it is review. This is the element inside the literary work. In here, prose, which build the literary work itself. Blah. Okay, this is the pictures. Wow, this is Dracula. This is my favorite. Favorite actors in Bram Stoker Dracula. Why I give you this picture? Because uh, it shows that the intrinsic element or structural element is very, very important for the beginners like you to analyze or make an interpretation in a literary work. Okay, this is very important. You cannot leave this. Yeah, you cannot combine this with another elements like extrinsic. You have to present this in a separate way with the extrinsic elements. You have to. Well, so yeah, I just want to review your understanding or your mind. What are the intrinsic elements actually in prose? Yeah, that's what's it? Common questions in thesis exam. Okay, don't worry. Characters. Okay, what will happen? What we are going to do in characters? Yeah, yet you have to describe main character. Focus on the main characters only, and you have to describe the main character traits. And then after that, the TB fight, flat all round. Yeah, I'm sure you still remember about the flat all round, and you still have the theory from the English prose. And the development characters like static or dynamic, and also the peripheral. Yeah, besides we discuss the main character, we also discuss about the peripheral because this is a very important. Okay. What is static or dynamic and flat or round? So I think I don't need to explain again because I'm sure that you still remember about this because we also used this for the drama, right? For the previous semester, last semester. Okay, this is for the characters and then conflict. Well, we still have two conflicts. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I gave you the theory of conflicts from Perrin. Yeah, there are internal or external, internal conflict and external conflict. Internal conflicts, the main character against himself or herself, and the external conflict, person against person, person against environment, and person against nature or physical fate. And for the conflict here, you have to what is it? Relate the conflict with the general descriptions or the main character traits. The main character traits. Yeah, don't use the general description. All right, and then continue on the setting. You know setting? Yeah. We have three: setting of place, setting of time, and setting of social. What is setting of place is the main base of the story. Setting of time, mean time of the story, when the story happened and where the story happened. And the setting social or social setting is a society's social background, the era when the story happened. All right. Let me explain from the setting of place. Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, I still I know you still remember about how we put the finding of setting of place. Okay, remember, yeah, that the big place like a country, for example, we have to put this for the first time in our analysis. And in our setting of time also, if you find the years when the story began, when the story happened, so we have to put this in the very first analysis. So in setting of social here, well, I think this is very important for you, yeah, who use, I think all of them, yeah, all of the groups will use the sociological approach. The setting of social here is a society social background which use I think it support the sociological approach much. Yeah, don't forget we have to divide uh, the social class, for example, or the upper class, middle class, and also lower class. That's a setting of social. Okay, just take a look on the theory from Clarer, for example, or from Perrin. Yep, about the structural elements, especially setting. All right. Wow, this is a lot of books. It means that from this picture, this is a sign. If we relate this with semiotics, it is like a sign. Yes, students, it is sign and it has a symbol that extrinsic element is the other elements outside the intrinsic element, which is used to support the analysis of a literary work. So that the literary work seems have what is it? It's not also amuse or entertain the readers, but also it give a more valuable things. And this is a lot of books. It means that a lot of approaches in extrinsic element in literature. I think in literary approach that we can use. Yeah, of course, is based on the what is it? The dominant aspect of the literary work. Okay, this is an approach. Extrinsic elements actually is approach here. Approach in a literary criticism. What is the approach? This is a psychological approach. Well, for the groups who will use the psychology approach, this is topics or the problems that we can use that we can describe in a literary criticism. Ego defense mechanism. This is the Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is the expert. Yeah, it is about ego and superego. This is the mechanism of our ego defense. Or yeah, there's still self defense mechanism. Yeah, I forget to put here. And then motive, moral primary stimulus and learn motive, and also anxiety. And there's still a lot of topics in psychological approach, right? Depression, libido, lust and love, or what is it? Phobia, dilemma, and what's it? Yeah, depression, symptom of depression. Yep, you can use that. That's the problem in psychological approach. Okay, let's me continue with the sociological approach. What's the problems or the main topics in sociological approach that we can use in a literary work? Yes, this is about the social stratification, social gap, social culture, and socio anthropological. And you may choose one of them. Yeah, I think. Or social stratification, or social class, social gap, social conflicts. Everything dealing with society, we use sociological approach. All right, and then feminism. This approach usually deals with gender differentiation, radical and liberal feminism. Yes, it's a yeah, but we in I'm afraid from this approach appreciation. I'm not. What is it? I didn't instruct you to. I didn't suggest you to use this approach. Yeah, this one semiotic. A semiotic approach. Semiotic is actually is a study about a sign. Well, the first time you find the sign first. Yeah, you sign the sign first, and then from the sign you make it categorize into symbol, icon, and also index. Semiotic approach deals with myth and also culture. Yeah, you may choose one of them. Yes, symbol, icon, symbol, index. This is the term in semiotic that students usually use for his or her thesis. Okay. Well, and then the appendix. And the appendix, I've give you the sample of the appendix from the novel from the one of my students under my supervision. Appendix is important for you to present the data you analyze in your paper. It is a tool for analyzing actually. Yeah, for the first time, actually, it's better for you to find the appendix first, the data first, and then you classify it, and then you try to describe the content, and then you try to present the page of the excerpt. Yeah, it will help you to analyze the topics. Its function as the attachment. Only appendix is as attachment, but it contains the data, which is very important for the analysis. And actually, I give you the example, yeah, students in from the Kulina. But here I also have the examples. But sorry, this is my appendix, my own appendix. This is only the example. When I wrote the paper about the exorcism described in James Wan film The Conjuring. This is a film, yes, students. Yeah, sorry, this is only the example. Especially in film, usually if we use the appendix for film, it's not like this. Yeah, there is still this is not a page. This is a duration. But this content, you can use this in prose. Excerpt is like a quotation or the data that you find in a novel. Yeah, it's of course dealing with your topics, yeah, the main topics, and then classification, how you classify the data into the intrinsic or extrinsic element. Let's say this one could be plot exposition and also could be conflict and also could be general description and could be the main topic. For example, in semiotic, it could be index. So I think from this classification, it could be two parts. Yeah, I hope you got my point because I cannot interact with you now. So I cannot ask you, did you get my point? Yeah, okay, student, sorry. I'm sure that you can get my point. Yeah, one excerpt could be two classification, and yeah, it could be, ma'am. I think I put here for plot and also for index. So I think index is after this is so far away. But can I put this one in index here? Yes, of course, of course. You may. Yes, you may. Can I put one expert for two classification, ma'am? It's okay. Yeah, but the consequence is this one, for the content of analysis, you have to separate which one is for plot. And for example, here, if you want to add the classification, it is index, ma'am. Okay, so how can you describe for the content in the content of analysis, especially on index, and also the page. The page here is where I mean the location you got this one. Oh, page 25 or for example. And because this is a film, I cannot explain you now. Oops, sorry if you listen the noisy voice. Sorry. Um, if it is film, it's not like this, but I'm not going to explain you now because film is for the next semesters. Yeah, it's now a focus on the novels. This is the appendix from the novels. All right. Yeah, I hope you get my point if you understand because you are smart. All right. Okay, this is my slides for the English first appreciation as the introduction. And so we continue on this one. All right. I give you this one, okay? I've already gave you. Okay, this is a research approach. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 approaches actually in literature. And this is the basic. This is very important. And you have to use this, harus ya. And this is the supporting that is also important. Let's say in our first appreciation class, yeah, William Squad, we focus on psychological, sociological, and also semiotic approach. Well, I think this is only the theory about structural approach. And this is how you. There are some steps that might considered. Yeah, how you analyze this. Usually, I ask the students to put his on his or her thesis in chapter 3, but it's later on. Okay, then here psychological approach. This is from Rene Valek and Austin, where in Nyoman Kuntaratna there are 4 model psychological approach: author, process, literary work, reader. When it deals with author, the approach is used expressive. This is used for a poetry. Yeah, this is not for prose. When it deals with the text of a literary work, the approach is objective. This is you now. Okay, this is for you now. We focus on a literary text, not the author. All right. Analyzing the intrinsic element. Oh, sorry. Okay. And creative process is also for the author. All right. I'm not going to explain you about this, and then this is the steps for psychological approach. Well, you have to analyze the intrinsic and extrinsic element first. Okay, in psychological approach, we usually focuses on characters like motive, ambition, everything related with his, her, or behavior. Okay, okay. Let me explain in a short way. The main point in psychological approach is that you explain or you focus on the psychological approach of the main character. So ini berarti Anda fokus pada kejiwaan tokoh. Oke? Khusus di kejiwaan tokoh. Tokoh disorot sebagai tokoh itu. Kita tidak melibatkan we don't involve, tidak melibatkan masyarakat atau orang-orang yang ada di sekitarnya. So it only focus on the main characters. If you want to also put like her environment or something, it is just only yes, it's very maybe about 20%, sangat kecil, bagian kecil. Okay, because in psychological approach you focus on the behaviors, on the physical or psychological conditions of the main characters. Okay. Well, this is the steps also, and this is a sociological approach. It is different from psychological approach. Okay. Let me make it simple. Well, so please take a look on it is classified into sociology. Authors said no. This approach gives the assumption that a literary work belongs to the society. It means that sociological approach, if we put this approach in our discussion, it seems that we have to think that this literary works belongs to the society. What does it mean, ma'am? Yeah, it means that we have to include the condition of the society when the story began. Yeah, the condition of the society, it is luas ya, it is so wide, it is so apa ya, sangat so common I think. Condition itu bisa berarti this is stratificationnya, what is that, lapisan ya, and then for but the conventionnya sorry, about institution life-nya ya, di UK dan US itu kan sudah sering dibahas. Culture, it doesn't mean culture itu sebagai cipta rasa karya atau hasil apa, bukan. Culture is like a behavior or the way of thinking, the way they have institution life, the way the norm, nah seperti itu. Kita harus mengusung seperti itu untuk sociological approach. Okay? Jadi, so you cannot separate the main character without a society. So you have to combine, you have to support the existence of the main character with the society. Ma'am, but we also, some students say, ma'am, but we also discuss about the traits, so it deals with the behavior. Yeah, but it's also hanya sekilas gambaran traits. Anda tidak perlu sampai mengkaji itu gejala psikologi apa, tidak, tapi Anda cukup mengkaji ini di dalam masyarakat ini diterima atau tidak. So, supaya Anda tidak bingung, in sociological approach itu Anda harus mencari topik yang benar-benar sosiologi, bukan psikologi. Ini berbeda, meskipun bersinggungan satu sama lain. Okay? Well, that's about sociological approach. You can ask me later on. Alright, this is only the step. Okay, it contains the analysis. Nah, ini ada the analysis on the norm of society, moral, philosophy, culture, and everything dealing with the society. Kata kuncinya, the key words is the society. Kalau ini mungkin Anda tidak di sini ya, hanya sekedar pengetahuan saja. Di sini Anda di literary work, karena Anda nanti fokus di dalam a literary work. Jangan-jangan ada yang belum tahu nih literary work apa. A literary work itu is karya sastra. Alright. Okay, this is only the research report. Ya, bisa juga of the readers hari ini ya. Psychology, ideology, politics. Nah ini agak sekali ada terlalu susah mungkin ya. Jadi saya tidak mau Anda terlalu berpikir susah. Leadership itu juga kalau di dalam film itu saya bisa mencontohkan Marvel itu sangat sosiologi. Di situ Thor itu for example. Ya Ragnarok itu kan banyak sekali mengkaji aspek-aspek kepemimpinan. Kalau kita bisa memilih sih Thanos itu bisa kita jadikan seorang tokoh yang secara SWOT itu ada dalam strength, weakness, opportunities and threat-nya itu bagus Thanos itu. Sehingga dia tuh tidak merasa mempunyai trait karena dia selalu strength dan dia merasa tidak punya weakness. Betapa dia sangat percaya dirinya itu selalu menang, itu Thanos. Okay, yeah, we can use this as a sociological approach. Alright, but for the example on psychology, if you still remember about Spider-Man, was it 3 or 2? Yeah, Venom. In Venom here, it seems that the main character experienced the character development, and it reflects his psychological approach, psychological performance. Jadi behaviornya sempat mengalami perubahan, dan dia sempat mengalami konflik yang tinggi. So, psikologi itu biasanya konfliknya itu tinggi, dominan. Internal, eksternal, internal terutama yang sangat berat. Jadi, so if you use psychological approach, it different with sociological approach. Sociological approach itu titik beratnya in social setting itu harus kuat di situ. In psychological approach konfliknya yang kuat. Bisa sih sociological approach itu di konflik kuat kalau topik Anda tentang social conflict atau social class conflict. Gitu. Alright, tentang sosiologi dan psikologi, I hope you understand. And semiotic, actually semiotic itu adalah study about a sign. So you find the sign first. Okay? And from the sign, we can categorize itu symbol, icon, and also index. Semiotik itu sebenarnya hampir sama dengan struktur. Dia adalah saudaranya struktur, tapi dia lebih luas cakupannya. Dia lebih bisa kita gunakan untuk menginterrelasikan atau merefleksikan dengan aspek di luar karya sastra itu, di luar kita, di dalam kehidupan manusia. That's a semiotic. Okay. Well, that's the presentation. So, okay, I try to kalau Anda tidak sehubungan dengan ini, mungkin Anda masih masih sangat bingung ya. Nah, contohnya ini. Sebentar. Contohnya di dalam animal farm itu ya. Di sini kalau tidak salah kemarin di animal farm itu Bu Rini meminta Anda untuk menggunakan pendekatan ini ya, sebentar yang pertama dulu aja, Charles Dickens, sorry. Ya. Ada yang dapat Charles Dickens? Charles Dickens itu kalau kemarin dari sosiologi dan sociological approach. Oke, di Charles Dickens Christmas Carol itu ada seorang tokoh utamanya Ebenezer Scrooge, if I'm not mistaken. Saya kan sudah lupa sekali, saya sudah lama sekali tidak membaca ini. Artinya di sini terdapat penyimpangan perilaku dari si tokoh karena dia menolak merayakan Christmas. Akhirnya ada nyanyian Christmas itu. Kenapa? Ada penyelesaian apa di sini? Saya tuh lupa. Mungkin nanti Anda membaca Anda akan ingat lagi. Saya akan ingat lagi, sorry. In Christmas Carol, kalau in psychological approach, so you only focus on the main character about kenapa ya? You have a question from yourself. Why he did that? Ya, what reason he did that? So what's the solution? What is the ending? Dari konflik yang terjadi akan dia, kenapa dia. Kalau dalam Skipping Christmas John Grisham itu yang hampir sama dengan ini begitu. Jadi kenapa dia itu kok nggak mau, kenapa kok dia melakukan seperti ini, ada apakah dengan kondisi psikologi dia. Nah begitu, itu yang psikologi. Lalu kemudian yang sosiologi, mungkin bisa Anda mengkaitkan dengan kondisi penolakan dia tidak melayak Christmas Carol, atau mungkin Anda mengatakan diambil dari Christmas Carolnya. This is like a culture, right students? This is a culture, this is a tradition for the Christmas. Nah, kalau di sosiologi itu begitu. Ini masyarakat apa? Sehingga bagaimana tradisi mereka merayakan Natal itu sudah menjadi satu kepatenan, satu hal yang baku, tapi kemudian ada seorang wakil dari masyarakat yang mencoba untuk meniadakan itu, misalnya begitu ya. Kalau di Skipping Christmas itu begitu. Dan meniadakan itu, lalu ini apa yang terjadi kemudian? Nah, ini Anda kaitkan dengan bisa Christmas Carol itu tahun berapa? Bukan Charles Dickens-nya ya. Christmas Carol-nya itu dirilis tahun berapa, dia mencerminkan masyarakat tahun berapa dan masyarakat mana? England kah? Nah, itu di situ Anda harus search di internet sumber yang mengacu ke sana. Kalau sosiologi itu begitu seharusnya. Kalau psikologi, apa yang Anda cari di internet itu adalah penyakit yang Anda teliti itu, misalnya apa ya namanya, tadi symptom of depression atau fobia, itu tuh apa lah, itu yang Anda teliti itu Anda tidak perlu mencari itu masyarakat tahun mana, itu tidak terlalu harus kalau dalam psikologi. Begitu mungkin bisa diterima. Nah, yang The Great Gatsby juga ada sosiologi dan psikologi juga saya rasa ya. Jadi intinya hampir sama dengan Christmas Carol tadi. Ini di F. Scott Fitzgerald ini mungkin kayak tidak salah, ini tuh tentang gambaran kelas-kelas orang atas, social class-nya di atas, dan bagaimana social class itu terjadi di masyarakat. Itu kalau memakai sosiologi. Kalau memakai psikologi juga titik beratnya pada tokoh tadi. Jadi saya rasa tidak ada bedanya kalau ini dengan Christmas Carol tadi ya. Artinya kan pendekatannya sama, psiko dan sosio. Lalu kemudian nah ini yang memakai semiotik. Kalau sosiologi sama juga sih saya rasa, apa yang harus ditembak, apa yang harus dikupas di dalam novel ini. So I'm sure that all of you understand. I'm sure that you know well about what you are supposed to do from these novels. So what about in semiotic? In semiotic in Animal Farm, ya you find the sign first. Ini ada gambar babi. Ini sign ya anak-anak ya. Ini sign. Lalu mungkin dari gambar-gambar ini tuh Anda bisa juga sudah menemukan tanda-tanda yang kemudian bisa Anda refleksikan ke simbol, icon, and index. Tanda babi ini melambangkan apa? Napoleon Bonaparte ya. Bisa jadi nih kamu tokohnya itu kalau tidak salah. Jadi kamu mengatakan bahwa pig, greedy, ceroboh atau apa, rusuh kalau makan begini. Nah, itu lambang yang Anda temukan dari seekor from a pig generally. But how can you relate the symbols of a sign pig in this story? Nah, and also about this one. I don't know about this one. Yeah, you know well. And from the symbol is that, and then from the what about the index, ma'am? From the index, kalau simbol tadi pig, warnanya apa sih? Pig, pink ya, pink red pink atau pig dari mukanya, from the way the pig walks. Yeah, this is a sign, ma'am, and this is a symbol of the greedy, for example, like that. And I don't like pig. Yeah, if you don't like pig, but you have to like here. And for the index, apa yang terjadi di dalam cerita itu indeks itu menunjukkan sesuatu yang akan ada yang terjadi. Misalnya seperti ini ya. Ini beda di animal farm mungkin tidak ada. Ada asap berarti ada api, ada yang terbakar. Ada darah berarti ada pembunuhan, ada yang terbunuh. Nah, dari proses pembunuhan itu ada yang memakai pedang, mem. Pedang itu menunjukkan bahwa dia kuat. Nah, pedang itu adalah yang dipakai tokoh. Ini icon. Jadi icon itu adalah barang-barang yang dipakai tokoh untuk melakukan tindakan dalam sebuah cerita. So, ma'am, if I have one sign, it could be for three, ma'am. Yeah, it could be. Satu sign itu bisa untuk icon, simbol, dan indeks. Bisa. Saya tidak melarang sih, karena itu temuan dan memang ada di dalam novel tersebut. Why not? Tapi kalau bisa berbeda-beda juga lebih bagus, tidak apa-apa. Tapi kalau memang sama dan Anda bisa menginterrelasikan, itu akan lebih bagus. Dan yang penting adalah yang harus kita cermati dalam paper ini di English Prose Appreciation itu bagaimana nanti Anda itu menghubungkan structural elements dengan extrinsic element. Jadi bukan analisis terpisah. Oke? Mungkin kalau dalam semiotik itu sangat enak ya, kadang-kadang kalau saya bilang sama mahasiswa, makanya banyak yang pakai semiotik itu. Misalnya pig tadi adalah tanda, dia melambangkan greediness, keserakahan. Nah, ini keserakahan ini dimiliki oleh tokoh utama di traits-nya. Dari keserakahan ini, tokoh utama mengalami eksternal konflik dengan ini sehingga ngimbas ke internal konflik dia. Nah, begitu loh. Itu salah satu contoh kecil aja bagaimana Anda menginterrelasikan antara structural elements dan extrinsic element. Gitu ya. Semoga tahu, ini hanya mengulang saja sih, saya rasa saya sudah sering menceritakan ini di kelas pada Anda ya. Dan kemarin kalau saya mengulang di sini, nah di sini adalah kelompok-kelompoknya. Ini kebetulan. Jadi ini nggak bisa menolak ya, kalian harus menerima ya. Ini bukan karena Theo itu adalah yang merayakan Christmas, selalu saya beri Christmas Carol, tidak. Ya mungkin itu salah satunya juga bisa mungkin ya. Karena mungkin beberapa di sini yang merayakan Christmas itu akan lebih mengenal, lebih tahu bagaimana tradisi itu terjadi. Tapi kenapa kok Theo tidak mendapatkan yang sosiologi ya? Harusnya yang tahu kan ini kan dia tahu secara tradisi ya. Makanya ini memang saya uji begini ya. Tapi nggak tahu nih di sini ada yang merayakan Christmas atau tidak. Tapi sungguh saya memutuskan ini tidak melihat saya bagaimana Anda. Ini saya pokoknya asal ya. Asal saya tempatkan begitu, saya menganggap bahwa semua mampu, semua sama ya. Kemudian yang Josh Orwell Animal Farm ya, di sini kelompoknya Azizah, Kintan, Melinda, dan Faitna memakai sociological approach. Don't worry, ya, memang ini banyak sekali ya. Hati-hati kalian bisa terjebak nanti kalau tidak membatasi diri. Kemudian di sini ada Hayu, Maulana, Primera, dan Reza yang akan mengulas Animal Farm dari sisi psikologinya siapa tadi, Napoleon Bonaparte. If I'm not mistaken, this is the main characters. Ya, dan di terakhir ini adalah calon dari kaum kapitalis. Enggak ya. Kapitalis yang terarah, yang tidak secara psikologi itu merugikan sekitarnya, tidak. Nah, ini saya bagi jadi seperti ini kan. Ini saya juga tidak melihat bagaimana mereka mampu atau tidak. Pokoknya saya tempatkan, saya merasa mahasiswa saya itu bisa semua. Ya, begitu apa yang bisa saya sampaikan di English Prose Appreciation. I hope by this channel you get the point and you get the enlightenment. You get something that that you don't understand recently, but finally, if you when you was it when you check sorry no, when you watch this channel, this presentation, you got the point and you grab the meaning, so you know what you are supposed to do. You may start now from the appendix first, students, because appendix must be submitted for the final for the midterm, the UTS. Appendix is the first for the mid-test. And also, beside appendix, please, you also have to submit the plot of the story. Okay, the plot of the story itu tidak bisa sama loh ya. Artinya seperti kelompoknya Theo dan Ayu tadi. Kalau Ayu dia tadi kan sama-sama Christmas Carol dengan Theo. Tapi yang pendekatan psikologi dan sosiologi, it could be different. Ya, remember, plot itu depends on the theme. Alright, plot depends on one theme. Remember that. And also from kelompoknya siapa tadi, Maulana dengan siapa tadi itu juga berbeda, Saiful dan siapa tadi juga berbeda. Jadi tidak sama. Jadi that what you have to submit in mid test, you have to submit appendix and also plot. Plotnya tidak usah menggambar pakai panah-panah, itu tidak usah. You describe, bukan sequence ya, tapi plot. Remember the plot, the part of plot. You still remember that? Exposition, rising action, climax, fall-in, and also resolution. Alright, students. I think it is enough for my presentations about English prose appreciation. Once again, I want you once again, I remind you to prepare better. So prepares from now on the appendix and also plot. And after that, you also have to find out the main topic dealing with your approach. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a nice day and see you for the next presentation. Bye bye.